Alright guys, so here is some news that came out low-key, and in fact only came to my attention when Jason Voorhees 2011 sent me the message not too long ago. I was going to post about it sooner, but like I said in the previous video, the reason why I didn't do any other videos was because I wanted to give the video about Jason David Frank's passing respect, because I think it would be a little... it'd have been a little selfish and rude if I just did that video and went, well, anyway, here's the other stuff. I wanted to at least give a day to just do that video and then move on from everything else. And this was one of the news, and I haven't really seen anyone report on this, but this is official. This is a major story coming next year. And that is, as you can see, RWBY versus DC Universe, or DC Universe RWBY. Now, a few things. First off, this will be written by Marjorie Bennett, who did do the RWBY comics and the Justice League RWBY crossover. And, speaking of, this will not be a sequel to Justice League RWBY. This is going to be much different. In here, rather than the Justice League characters being a part of the RWBY universe, this is going to be the RWBY characters ending up in the DC universe. This isn't just with Justice League. This is all with... and it's going to be the traditional DC universe characters. So I find that really interesting and cool. I also like the costumes they give. I couldn't find the right picture for it, but I do like the DC Universe costumes the RWBY characters get, especially Yang, who has, like, Artemis's costume. I thought that was really cool. I really like this. This is a more traditional crossover, which I was kind of hoping for after how well Justice League RWBY did, and it is going to be fun to see the more traditional characters meet the RWBY characters. Like, that's going to be the really fun part, is the traditional RWBY characters meeting the traditional DC Universe characters rather than their RWBY counterparts where the characters are altered. Like, this is where we can see RWBY actually meet Superman. We could actually have Yang meet the actual, like, Weiss and Blake and all of them meet the actual Batman and learn from them and, like, learn from these characters and learn all of these, you know, new traits and whatever. And, you know, experiences. And that might actually stick, which I'll get to in a moment. But basically, let's get into the story. The story is that Grimm are appearing on Earth. There are multiple Grimm showing up on Earth, and now Team RWBY has landed in Gotham, and the Justice League and the rest of the DC Universe has to contend with that. So, what do I think of this? This is really cool. I think Marjorie Bennett is a great writer. I have not read the Justice League RWBY crossover. Chris has said that he has the crossover for me. He's just got to send it. So, yeah, I will do a review when I get it, but I'm just like, yeah, I gotta wait till Chris sends the comic first. Then I promise I will read and review it. It's not like I'm ignoring it, guys. But this is really cool. I really do like this, and I do think that since they did announce a Justice League RWBY movie, I feel like they're going to take more from this than they are the actual Justice League RWBY comic book. I feel like they're going to take more from that, because they did announce a animated film that is going to cross over with Justice League, and I got this weird feeling that they're going to basically follow more of this than the actual Justice League RWBY movie. So, that's going to be cool. Now, as for characters meeting, I really hope we get a cornucopia of RWBY characters in the DC Universe, not just Team RWBY. Not to say it's anything bad, but there's, like, so many characters I'd love to see meet, like Neptune meeting Aquaman. I would love to see, like, Crow and Batman encounter one another. I would love to see Jean meet Billy, you know, Shazam. I really would love to see all of these characters. I would love to see all of these characters meet and interact. Especially, I'm kind of hoping, because we are dealing with Grimm, I'm kind of hoping Salem's the main villain. I'm hoping it's a unity between Salem and Darkseid. I really do hope that it's like a team-up between Salem and Darkseid, because I want that. It's the two biggest villains in the respective universes. I would love to see that, of seeing Salem and also, I would love to see Joker and Neo meet. I would love to see Joker and Neo meet. I think that would be a lot of fun. I would love to see Cinder encounter Cersei. For some reason, I would love to see Cinder and Cersei encounter one another. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I would love to see There's a lot of characters I would love to see encounter one another. I think Sun meeting, well, Sun Wukong, the Monkey Prince, in the DC universe would be a lot of fun. There are a lot. And now we get to the other thing, because in the description, and this is interesting, because in the description for the movie, I mean, not the movie, the comic, excuse me. Yeah, the description for the comic is that this is going to change the DC universe. Now, now, obviously, it's a crossover, so it's not going to mean much, but let's put on some tinfoil hats here real quick. Now, I don't think this is going to really affect the DC universe in any way meaningful. It's going to be a crossover. But remember, the Justice League Avengers crossover did have effects in the DC universe. And remember, RWBY is technically under Warner Brothers, like DC Comics, and DC Universe does confirm that Mortal Kombat, Looney Tunes, and the Hanna-Barbera characters all exist in the DC Universe. I mean, the DC Multiverse, excuse me. So what's to say RWBY, and subsequently Genlock, doesn't exist in the DC Multiverse? So could this be official that, and we're also doing a lot of this new era called the Dawn of DC, which is a new chapter for DC Comics, even though the end of Rebirth and Death Metal was a new era for DC Comics, but DC continuity just changes every so often. Like, if you don't like the continuity now, just wait just 2 years and it'll change. But anyway, so could RWBY... It kind of almost sounds like they want to bring RWBY into the DC universe, which they could actually do because they're also under Warner Brothers. Like, that's the crazy thing, is like, this is also under Warner Brothers too, so they could do that. I don't think they're gonna, but it'd be crazy if they did. Now, anyway, so, yeah. I'm excited. I'm very much excited for this crossover. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below. What do you guys think of RWBY versus DC Universe? I know that's also what's been called, but DC Universe RWBY, whatever you want to call it. What do you guys think of it? And what characters would you like to see them meet, interact, or even fight in this comic? It is going to be a 7-part comic, guys. 7 issues. Yeah, it's going to be a big one. So yeah, just comment below, let me know, and as always, if you haven't already, hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.